Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, which is called Cooking with Carol Diane, and I am Diane. This is what I've set aside every now and then, not always, but every now and then, tea time. Tea time talk, conversation, a little chit chat, you and I. So pull up a cup of whatever you want. Today I'm changing it up just a little bit. You don't always have to have tea in a teapot. I brought out another teapot. Yep. Keeping in theme with what? Oh my gosh, the rooster gal. Really, that's what I've become. I have in there this morning because it is the first week in now September. August is over, but we are still where I live enjoying wonderful peaches. Everything is peach this and peach that. Well, what did I find? I found some peach cider. Yeah, peach cider. So I heated that up, put it in my nice little teapot, and that is what I'm going to have this morning in my little rooster, teapot. Yeah. You can add anything with this as far as a little nutmeg sprinkled on top, cinnamon stick could put in there, whatever on cider, but peach cider. Now this is extremely hot, so I am going to wait till that cools down just a little bit. So what's been going on in my world? What's been going on in your world? Got through Labor Day weekend. I hope yours was an eventful one or quiet. Mine was very quiet. It really was. September rolls around with quite a few things that I'm going to be doing. Of course, there's always seems to be a checklist of everything with me here lately, and I have to keep my brain remembering. Did I do this? Was I supposed to do that? Some things I just don't remember. I went out last night, believe it or not, just to do kind of another walk around of seeing if everything's okay in my yard. And I do that quite often well, pretty much every night. I want to pull the squash that's in my little mini garden out there. I'm going to fix something with that tonight. I was over and I have picked all of my plums. These are my plums. They are a deep burgundy red inside. They're just wonderful. And then lo and behold, I thought my grapes were all done. I found some more. Yeah, these are the good ones. I also found this week this cute little basket. Isn't it adorable? It's heart-shaped. Has a little vintage handle on it. And once my chickens, my hens, start laying, I'm going to put the eggs in that. I think it'll be fine. I worked pretty hard the last couple of days on, yes, my chicken coop. And I won't go into chicken talk very much, just a couple little things. But I did work pretty hard out there as far as the cleanup of everything. They don't get it that dirty. Maybe it's just me because I am a clean person. I don't know. But I did rake up all of the straw that I had originally put down. I raked the majority of it up. I laid that part of it in on where, and I've taken a video of that showing my maple trees that we planted. One didn't make it, so we had to go and buy another just regular maple tree. But I've laid the straw down as kind of a bedding going into winter, you know, the colder temperatures. It'll be a nice kind of little blanket of bedding down with the maple trees. And so I got that done. But I did just kind of, like I said, I just cleaned everything. And I gave them some fresh dirt in the coop on the ground, which they thoroughly enjoyed. Cleaned out the coop inside of everything, fluffed up and gave them a little bit more of, it's not straw, it's the nesting material that you put in those nesting boxes. And I put fresh in that, but still no eggs. Switched over from pullet food to hen food now, hoping here in another month, they'll give me some eggs. I sure hope so. When I went back to Tractor Supply to get my straw, because that's where I buy it, it is compressed straw. It comes in a great big, I don't know what that is. It might be 50-pound block of it. It's all tied up with this plastic stuff. And anyway, the guy kind of knows me now there because I go in quite often. And I was over in their little whimsical thing, which most of it right now is Halloween. And he was talking with me and he says, you know, I'll tell you what sold right away. And he says it was a dozen eggs. I said, yeah, I know, I bought it. He laid out 4 of them, of these crazy little eggs, which I've shown you in my other videos. Crazy little stuff. And he said, yeah, he said, that sold right away. And I said, well, it will with women. I said, you need to bring out some more chicken stuff. So hopefully he's on the hunt for that. I don't know. So the coop's been taken care of. Got the plums all down off of the tree so I don't have to worry about the birds eating them. And picked the last of the green grapes anyway. The darker ones still have, I don't know, probably another week and a half, and then I'll be pulling them. I checked all my other trees, that kind of thing. I've got 2 things coming in the mail. I'm so excited about them. When they arrive, I'll do a video on them. And I won't let the cat out of the bag on that one just yet. I hear from people all over. I really do. And I so appreciate it. I so appreciate you tuning in right now and watching whatever I say or do in my kitchen, out in my yard, my chicken coop, whatever. I do appreciate it. I do. It's not easy to sit and make videos. Sometimes I have things that I have planned that I think, oh yeah, I want to talk about that. And then other times, kind of like this morning, it's just, I'm just winging it. I really am. I'll tell you a few things that are going on and hope that your week goes well too. This is Thursday and the week's just flown by. I mean, where did really summer go? I was so ready for spring. I really was. Then spring came and went fast. And then we immediately went into hot weather and into the summer. And I tried, folks, I still try down here of this 90-some degree weather. But I was awfully glad last week when it cooled down and we did have some rain. And now we're going into, well, September 22nd is the first day of fall. And I've already noticed it with my trees out front of the leaves turning the pretty yellow. So go see the fall colors this year if you have a chance to. There's just nothing better, really. My peonies, I noticed last night, they're dormant for the year now. The iris, I still need to clip the leaves on that. And my tiger lilies all in a row out here. When I showed the walk around the yard and I cut them all down with the lawnmower, which I do every year, you ought to see them now that they're sprouting up again with the leaves. It's just amazing. It's almost like I gave them permission, in other words, just start growing again. I cut y'all down, they'll start growing again. And they will, and they have. They really have. So the little comments that have been left along the way, or, you know, that you send me a personal email or whatever, please know that I do appreciate it. There's one gal that I haven't heard from in quite a little while, and I miss not hearing from her. She was so nice and sent me things and did, and her name is Dulcie. And Dulcie, if you're watching one of my videos, especially this one, please know that I can't find your information. I've lost it somehow. I can't find your email address and I can't find your regular address to send you, you know, a note of any kind. And I feel really bad about that, but I am thinking about you and have been often. I hope you're doing okay. I hope your mom's okay. I hope your twin sister is great and things are fine at your house. But drop me a line, won't you? And we can get back to chit-chatting. For Sharon out there, I have a couple of Sharons that I know, I really do. This is Sharon in Fort Worth, Texas. I always love your emails, really. And because I've been so dang busy around this house and outside and now with the chickens, you can hear Chester in the background. I guess he was happy with breakfast this morning. I just haven't sat down and done what I should do. And that's correspond with each and every one of you. Time just gets away from me. It really does. So many things, time just, when you get older in life, I wish I could say something profound today, that would completely change one person's life. And I don't know what that would be. I just know for me in my golden years that I take things slower now. I have to. I think about things and I get emotional on things much more so than I used to. My feelings get hurt easier now. They do. And the other day I was kind of looking around and I thought, all right, Diane, get in the swing of things. It's fall's just almost here. Should I start putting out my fall decor? Well, years ago, I used to only put out the fall stuff like the 1st of October. You get spring of 1 month, summer goes into July and August for us of the hot weather. And then fall, October and November, you get 2 months in there that you can really enjoy your fall decor of different things, Thanksgiving and everything. And then 1 month of Christmas with all of the red and white, and then you're into New Year's. So for the fall, yeah, I think I will start pulling a few little things and bring them out. Somebody asked me not that long ago, let's try this peach cider. Oh my gosh, that's good. That's better than apple cider, I think. Really? Oh. Of course, I'll heat it up, warmed up, and put it in a cute little pot. That helps too. Anyway, somebody asked me not that long ago, what are your favorite videos that you've made, Diane? Of course, the ones with my granddaughter, by far. Those were when she was only 7, 8, maybe 9 years old. And she loved coming in my kitchen and cooking with me. She's 13 now. And she forgets about her grandma all the time. She does school and everything that she's got going on, and that's no excuse either. Because grandma misses her terribly. But what's the ones that I like of my videos? If you go back and watch last year's September walk around my yard, you can see the things that I started in September, which I do. I start clipping and trimming so many things. My bushes, the rose bushes, trees that maybe there's a branch that shouldn't be there anymore. Out front of my rose bushes and the fence line all has to be trimmed down. In fact, the town tree trimmers are coming this week and next week to trim the tops of larger trees that hit the power lines. So that's one. If you were to go back and see, a video from, I don't know, just what's gone on in September. I don't know that I'll do a walk around the yard in September. I don't know. We'll see. What else? And the trimmer that I use, which I've talked about, if you want to go and buy a pretty decent trimmer, is a Ryobi. It's the blue ones, the ones with the battery pack on them. That is a hedge trimmer. Man, that thing works great. It just cuts everything like butter. And when I get going on the rose bushes over here by my fence line that I share with my neighbor, they're quite tall now above the fence. And they've stopped blooming as far as the flowers and everything, and it all needs to be trimmed down. That's another, it'll shoot right back up. Here in about a couple of weeks after I trim it, it starts to grow again. Or next year, it makes them where they multiply and get bigger, larger in quantity of the bush. So they're good trimmers, they really are. I truly believe your garden tools, buy good ones, so that they last for years. Don't buy the ones on sale that are really cheap or whatever. Oh, that little trowel, looks cute or whatever. It won't last you. So buy some decent tools. It's like a guy that buys tools in his garage, for whatever he's doing. Well, a woman needs some good hand tools too, or a good shovel, a good shovel or a good rake. My brand new rake really did help on the chicken coop when I was doing that. So for September, yes, it's busy. The The 22nd, I teach my class again at the college. What else is September? I'm trying to think. We have another birthday of my lady friends. It's her birthday, and we'll go out to lunch before that. So that will be fun. I don't know. It's just kind of one thing after the other. But gosh, I hope you are having, you know, a good week, that you've gotten some little project done, something. Mine is a project I think every day. When I sat down to do, which I will show you right after this, I'll take you on the walk, show you kind of my routine of what I do in the morning, every morning, for my chickens, my ladies out there, and Chester, I can't forget him. But I decided I'm going to name, you know, each one of my chickens, which I did. And I wanted to put it on boards that were kind of barn rustic boards, keeping in the theme of my chicken coop. Well, that was hard to do, of finding some boards. I looked everywhere. I looked on Facebook Marketplace, everything, seeing if people had some boards at the, you know, free, whatever. And I thought, you know, I think I'm just going to scrounge around and see what I have. And I did. So this is my picket fence that I've kind of got creative on, of turning it certain ways, and I made the frame part of it, and then I painted it all white, gave it a base color, and then I just sat down and I wanted to show each hen and their name. So I drew the hen, and then I painted the hen, and they were kind of fun to do. I thought, gosh, I need to get back to my painting, because if I don't, I get rusty. So I did the hen, and then putting their names on a rough board like that wasn't easy to paint that on. And you couldn't just take a black magic marker and do it. It wasn't sticking to the board. So I did do the paint on that. And then I found a cute little thing at the bottom to hang on the sign. I got it all done, and I posted it on my Facebook page. My gosh, I had people that couldn't believe, you know, that I did that. One of them is a gal that I don't think she believed that I made that thing, and she wants to see it up close and personal. It's like, okay, but I did make it. It took me 3 hours. A project that used to take me maybe an hour, took me 3 hours to do that project. Oh well, that's what comes with age. It really does. That's what comes with age. But that's done, and it's on the coop now, and it's naming my girls, and of course Chester. And funny little things I find along the way, really. Just to make my coop out there, I don't know, enjoyable, I think, for me. Not only that the hens, you know, the chickens out there, they have a decent home. They really do. From what they did have, they have a decent home. And I mean that with all due respect. I mean it that their coops one was small. The lady couldn't get out there and clean and do, not like what I do. Another one was more of a field thing. They just ran loose, and there was no rhyme to reason to anything, and they went kind of in a shed coop. And I think they really like their house and everything about what they have. They like their perches of what they get up on. And of course, they like interaction with people. And yeah, they know me because I bring them food. I'm the treat lady. Mm-hmm. Gosh, this is good. It really is good. This evening, to get off the chickens. And I do love them. Really, I do. It's just that, yes, they're a lot of work. This evening, I'm going to make a nice dinner. We've been eating out quite a bit here lately. It's so easy where I live now. Where I lived up in the mountains, there was only like maybe 2 restaurants, and that was your choice. Down here, and then you had to drive 50 miles before you went to a place that had a few more. Down here, it's just like an open buffet of all kinds of restaurants. And we take advantage of a few, we really do. We have our favorites that we go to. I like my little Chinese restaurant right around the corner from me. It has a small buffet. And what do I like on that? I like their fried shrimp that they have. It's just the right size, and I like their sauce on it. I like their egg drop soup on that one. So that's kind of a little treat. Actually, the other day we stopped at Taco Bell, of all things, and got the 2 Taco Supremes. It's all I could eat. I couldn't eat any more than that. 2 of them was enough. And I always get the Supreme because it has the sour cream in there. And they add, they add the lettuce and tomatoes, the sour cream, and of course your beef. And whereas I think the regular one, you don't get tomatoes or something, and you certainly don't get that sour cream. So just funny little things like that we think, okay, it's time to cut down on maybe going out so much either for lunch or dinner and make something good. So tonight, I laid out 4 chicken breasts, and I think I'm gonna make just a kind of a 1-pan meal of the baked chicken with butter noodles. I am going to cook my beans today, of some steamed beans, and I want to try a recipe that is instead of a pineapple upside down cake, it is a peach upside down cake, because I need to use up some more of my peaches that I have in the refrigerator. It's kind of like this peach cider. It's just something so different and yet very, very tasty. I don't know if I'll make a video on it. I know you're probably sitting there saying, oh, please do, please do. I'll see. Here lately, I've been getting pretty tired on a lot of things. I can only do certain things, and it's like, whew, down I go. I think that is from when I took that fall. I'm still not back up on my feet 100%. In fact, I noticed that I can't squat down or be on my knees. It hurts on that one knee. So I haven't been doing that. Yes, I've been in my hot tub quite a bit of just the therapy of moving that knee, the kneecap and everything back and forth, of getting it circulated and going again. Because that was quite a lot of fall. It really did hurt. So I think just the impact, the trauma to my body, I'm just not 100% back yet. And I'm hoping that I can do my class September 22nd, starting that week, because I do an awful lot of talking. I talk for 2 hours straight, and which is not hard for me to do, but it's tiring. It is. There was somebody that asked me last month if I ever stopped doing these cooking videos or like this tea time, what would be the next turn of the page chapter in my little book of life? What would I be doing? Probably, and it was actually one of the guys that was working on my chicken run. We were talking about my cooking videos. And first he says, oh, you do a podcast. I said, no, I don't do a podcast. He says, I could see you doing that though. And it was like, yeah, I could see myself doing that too. What would I talk about? I have no idea. Really, I have no idea. If I did do something like that, it would be completely different than what I have been doing. I might go down the avenue like so many other women do at my age, that they talk about their age, and what goes on when you turn 60, 70 years old, in the golden years in there, a good 10 years of your life that completely changes from what you used to do in your 30s, 40s, or even 50s. I might do something like that, because there's always someone out there that, and I've watched videos on it too, of people talking about something that a lot of them are in their 70s instead of my age, but a lot of them, their experiences of what they've had, and I'm thinking, I did that too, or yeah, I experienced that too, and how I felt about it. And if you were to sit and think, like I do a lot, if you were to sit and think of what your mission in life is, what your calling is in life. I don't know what my calling is. I know that I can do certain things. And when people say, gosh, she's so talented, or she can do this, is there anything you can't do? Yeah, there's a lot I can't do. One is I can't play any musical instrument. Just can't. Can't read notes. And and never really learned where it's stuck in my brain. Really, I think I got a C+ in school on reading notes. Just didn't happen for me. Can I sing? I think I can carry a little tune, yes, and a lot of times, I don't do it on my videos, but a lot of times when I'm making something in my kitchen, I'm always humming some little tune. It could be a little made-up tune or whatever, but usually I am humming. I can do that. The things that I can do that maybe or may not be obvious to others, like I said, yes, I can paint. And I like to paint, whether it's painting a house, paint a picture, you know, on a canvas or my watercolors or whatever, I can do that. And I enjoy doing it, I do. Other things that I can, making that little sign, you know. Now, making it, I did have help, husband did help on. I got the boards lined out. I knew exactly the size, everything that I wanted. So I measured everything. I marked it with a red marker for him to see. And I got the square level out to make sure the lines were straight. And I did have him, not that I can't cut the boards because I've done it 1,000 times. But again, I think this leg injury just kind of slowed me down. I wasn't feeling that well. And so I had him cut the boards. And then I did have him, because he has so much more strength and power in his arms. He's bigger than me, stronger than me. I did have him screw down all those screws in there. And he put the nice, I wanted it smaller than that, but the chain that holds it on the top, he cut that. And he did, you know, screw that down for me too. Everything else I did. But I did have a little help. Giving credit where credit is due. You know, I try. I really do try. I try not to hurt people's feelings, you know. If you've done something nice to me, yes, you're going to get the pat on the back. I don't care who you are. And I've tried to follow up with that. Last month, I got in trouble with my children because apparently they didn't feel that I had given them enough just dues on things that they've done. Each one of my kids are individual in their own right. They all do for me at different times, and I do so appreciate it. And the older that I get, oh my gosh, they really have no idea of just the simple little things that they may do for me. It brings tears to me. I'm so dang thankful because I'm thinking I can't do it anymore. I can't get up on the roof to do things. I can't build a fence anymore like what I used to do. I don't have the strength in my arms to do all this anymore. And because my spine and my hips have osteoporosis in both my hips and my spine, and it's getting worse, I have to be very, very careful. I really do. A fall, a fracture with me would put me down for quite a little while. It would. So yes, the things that my kids do for me, oh my gosh, it's wonderful. It really is. Husband still works a full-time job. So I get him here and there on different things. Really, I do. He is feeling sorry for me on the water containers. There's one for sure and the other one, but there's one for sure that's in the coop. I really can't lift it. I think it's a 5-gallon water container for those chickens. And you would think, well, 5 gallons isn't very much. But in a metal container, and it's full, it gets heavy. And from my back door where the water spigot is, clear to that coop, yeah, that's heavy. I have now a little wagon that I take for the water that I do put the different containers. I put that in the wagon and I take out there. But simple little things like that, gosh, even 6 years ago, I wouldn't have thought anything about. Well, that comes with age. It does. And I'm not getting any younger. None of us are. So every day that goes by that I think, okay, today I woke up, you know, and what am I going to do today? I have a list of the things that, okay, I got to get that done today, or I've got to go here and get, you know, that done. And then I get through my days. And if you're just like me, you know, on that, you're of like mind, you're of my age, and you understand that maybe I don't come on every week and do a video anymore. When I first started my videos, yeah, I made a ton of them. I really did. Now I don't do as many. I think I've cooked just about everything I can think of for you. And so I slowed down on that and started to do this tea time of conversation of just, let's just talk about whatever, you know, what I'm doing in my life. Maybe is a little different than what you do in your life. I don't know. I'm sure it is. I'm just sure it is. Some of you still, you know, are working at a job, different things. But today I wanted to pop on and say hello again. Thinking of you, Dulcie. Thinking of you, Sharon. Both of my Sharons that I know. The one that gives me chicken food that's on down the road from me. Yeah, I think of her quite often because she wasn't feeling that well the last time I stopped by her stand. There's another one, actually, the gal that I bought Chester from gave me a text message this morning, and her health is not doing well at all. And she mentioned, you know, to hang in there with me and don't forget her. I won't forget her, you know, I won't. I give people time to heal on different things. I still am inviting the one lady that I got my automatic pill dispenser container from that had the bad back surgery, neck surgery, I guess it was. I'm still inviting her to our luncheons, whether she comes or not. It's still putting out the invite. I'm still thinking about you, and I'd sure love for you to come to our luncheons. So if you have somebody like that in your life that you think, I don't think they'll ever come, you know, I don't think they'll write me or whatever, be patient with them. Hang in there with them, and there'll be a time that they say yes, really. Or if they never do, at least you know you tried. Really, you tried. And that's all you can do. I truly believe that we are here in life to try on things, right, wrong, or indifferent. That's how we learn how to do things. Had a conversation with my oldest son this morning. Oh my gosh, it's always something. But with him, I'm trying to make him understand it's your journey, not mine. The things that you're experiencing and doing, it's how you react to what you're doing, you know, whatever's transpired during the day. It's how you handle that and react to it. And I believe that, you know, you can go all your life. You can go until you're in your 90s if you're lucky, you know, and you still think, well, what did I do? You know, what am I here for and what did I do? It could be as simple as something that you've said out of your mouth that completely changed somebody's view on something or picked them up for the day or whatever, or some tiny little task that you've done for somebody else. And they are so appreciative of it, really. And I haven't been around anybody this week to do a gesture like that, but I did respond back to the lady that is not having a good day, you know, with her health and everything, and just trying to say, I'm here for you. You know, if you want to talk or whatever, I'm here, and I'll come over and help whatever. If you really need something, I'll come over and help you, really. My 96-year-old neighbor, I check on quite often, and I hadn't seen her in a couple of days. Usually she's out back with that pickaxe, chopping weeds at 96 years old, but I didn't see her. And so I called her and asked her, are you all right? Oh yeah, what was she doing? You'd think it was spring cleaning, only it was late summer cleaning. She was in her closets, going through her old clothes that she hasn't worn in a very long time, and donating her clothes and just cleaning out. I thought that was great. I need to do that in my closet. I really do. That's another back-breaking job I wish I had help on, of somebody much younger than myself to come over and say, I'll help you do that. We'll pull out everything in your closet. You tell me what you want. You tell me the stuff that, you know, needs to go to charity or whatever you want to do, and help me put it in a box and get it out of the house. That would be wonderful. It really would. So this is my talk today. Not really much to say other than I'm thinking of you. Really, I am. I'm going to enjoy my nice little grapes. These are just to munch on, really. That's all I'm going to do. That and my plums. And tonight I think I will make that peach upside down cake. But today was to really talk about this peach cider instead of apple cider. This is not one that was made locally. This is an Amish peach cider. It comes from Millsburg, Ohio. That's where it comes from. But I did get it at a peach stand that they were selling all this. And gosh, I really like it. So the next time you see not apple cider, but peach cider, pick you up a jug because it's pretty good. Anyway, this is from my kitchen in here. Back to years of tea time talk. I'll show my morning going out to feed my chickens and what that's all about. And I'll be slowing down on the food part. You know, they're not going to get that in the winter, of course. I just wanted to boost their immune system just a little bit with having some fruit and vegetables and see what they like or don't like, what's on my cheat sheet that they can have or cannot have, and get these chickens where they're going to lay me some eggs. That's my intent. So hope you like my video today, and I'll catch you next time when I don't know what I'll talk about or what I'll say. But I'm thinking about all of you. Catch you later. Bye-bye. I'm off to feed my morning chickens this morning. This is what they get. Apple, some plums, tomatoes, and of course their corn that they love. A little bit of watermelon and some radishes this morning. We'll see which one they dive into first. I already know, but I wanted you to see what I do every morning. Okay, here we go. From my back door, I walk with food tray in my hand all the way to the back where my coop is. This is still a work in process here, but I'm working on it. I'm going to be putting up another fence right here around it to, yes, keep my dogs out. Out and away. So, this is what it looks like now. They're all in there. Oh, they already hear me, and here they come. They know every morning what's in store. So my little wagon over here, I found the little small little craft of the wagon wheel, and I put a rooster on it and set it in my wagon. This is the fun, whimsical little Halloween, really, of the chicken that I've put out here. And this little chicken is a night light that comes on at night. I did get the trees planted as far as the maple trees. We had to plant this one on the end because the other one just died. Don't know what happened. I found a new sign. Slow chickens at play. And see, what else did I do to this coop? I put the thing up there at the top, the wrought iron. This is the sign I made. My friend said, no, you didn't make that. Yes, I did make that. I can zoom in here and go all the way down. There's Chester way at the top, and Annabelle, and Emmy, and then I've got Mabel, Sassy Sally, Ruby, Hannah, Powder Puff, and Ziggy. And then I put this little guy at the very end. Yeah, that's what I did. I hand painted the whole thing. All right, let's get started here. I usually set my tray down right here so that I can open the door. Yes, I have my door with a padlock, especially where I live and at night. So, hi girls. Hi girls. Get in there. Come on, get in there. Yeah, get in there. Okay. Yesterday I came out and I completely raked up all of the hay and put down fresh everywhere. Fresh water. Check the hen box. No hen egg yet. Nothing. Still waiting. Around here. Getting around here. Yeah, Chester goes in the coop. This was the other little trunk that I did that has food in there in plastic containers. Last night I put in all fresh new dirt down in here. All right, girls. I'm Chester. Okay, let's see what we're gonna have this morning. I'll set the tray down. Look at them, they go like vultures. What do they take out first? Corn. They love that corn. Love that corn. Well, come on, Emmy, get over there. Come on, you get over there too. There you go. That's my flock of birds. This is what I do each and every morning. Make sure they have plenty of water in here and their food is filled. And give them a treat. Maybe later this afternoon, just depends on if it gets too warm or whatever. They might get another treat, but I usually put that out in the big yard. There you go. Love that corn. Right, Chester. Such a good boy. They're 5 months old today. Except for Chester, he was already 5 months old when I got him. There. Get in there, Emmy. Get in there, Emmy. This is showing inside the nesting box. And no eggs yet. None. I fluffed it all up yesterday and gave him new bedding so that they could have that. But no eggs yet.